Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. No co-host again. I'm working on it, so stop sending your letters. Third mic, Brian, is here.
What's up? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I know that you reached out to that temp agency. I know that you posted the job listing on Indeed, on monster.com, which I think you did the wrong one because we've gotten some scary applications in.
Well, no, that's the right one. I want some characters, some monsters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Because the one that I saw, I guess it was from like Jay-Z and
Frankenstein. Jay-Z's Frankenstein.
Yeah, Godzilla's ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Nicki Minaj had a thing in there, and Chucky was referenced in there. I mean, just scary stuff.
Kanye West's album, My Dark Twisted Fantasy, was in there.
Is that the album that Monster's on? I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybach Music was there. You know, he just did the intro.
It was so scary.
Fat motherfucker. Now look who's in trouble. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Mm-hmm. So
what happened to him? Is he doing stuff still? Is he rapping still?
The boss?
Yeah, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's still heavy in the game.
Must not have any hits.
Did I ever tell you about the time I said hello to him in Las Vegas?
No.
We were getting ready to go out, and I don't want to talk too much about Las Vegas because it was the worst trip ever. This is like 2011. Getting ready to go out, and this is also the same weekend I walked by Kevin Hart and his whole entourage, and man, is Kevin Hart small.
Man.
He's so much shorter than on TV. But we're at the craps table in the lobby of the Palms, and I just happened to turn left, and Rick Ross and his bodyguard, what looked like his bodyguard, was walking by. And I said, if I remember this, I said, "What up, boss?" And he just looked at me. Well, he was wearing sunshades. He just looked at me. It was like, "What up?" And like kept moving. I was like, okay, all right.
I would want him to do the noise back to me if I said hello to Rick Ross. I'd want him to go, "Oh."
Yeah, I would have wanted that too. I feel like he said something else I'm not remembering properly because I remember it was a little bit more than that. He was like, he said
Rose.
He said something, but he acknowledged it and like looked at me and like acknowledged me saying what's up to him and like kept it moving. I was like, okay, all right.
We're
I just paid the respect to the boss. And now if I ever meet him again, he's gonna be like, "Hey, weren't you that kid at that roulette table?"
Yep, and you're in.
You're
a made man.
And then he's gonna throw me his jersey.
Yeah, and then you'll give him a Coke.
Yeah.
You'll say, "Hey, Mr. Boss, I got this for you."
He's like, hey, champ, take this, take this jersey.
Wow, champ, you were out there cheering today.
Yeah,
as hard as I could, Mr. Boss.
Yeah, it'll say, kick your Nikes out; they might be hot, huh?
And then you could tell all your little friends at school. They'd say, "No, you didn't."
Yeah, they'd be like, "No, that didn't happen."
There was this kid in my school who swore that his dad was friends with Junior Seau, and he used to like wear Junior Seau like jerseys constantly. And he'd be like, "No, my dad is friends with Junior Seau," and we used to be like, No, he's not. Just like completely, kids are just shitty to each other.
Yeah.
Just roast this kid about how he was like
What's
made
this
up
kid's name?
that his dad. He might listen to this.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because I played football with Walter Gavea, which is Junior Seau's cousin, his uncle.
Uh-huh.
Walter Gavea, his son, who's also named Walter and Lanny Gavea. I played football with him growing up, so I actually did get to meet football players.
Oh wow. Well, no, he didn't have his dad lived in like San Diego, like when Junior Seau would have been on the Chargers. So like he probably did know him, honestly. But like little kids are like, no, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Your parents are divorced.
You
Your
got to
dad
have
doesn't know
proof. You
Junior
got to have
Seau.
some kind of proof.
He had jerseys. He had like I think Junior Seau had a kids book that came out maybe or some kind of book.
Yeah, but you can buy
He had a
that.
signed copy of it, and he was like he tried so hard to convince us that his dad knew Junior Seau.
You need a picture of your dad and Junior Seau like drinking beers or something.
This is before everyone had like pictures and phones and everything.
Oh, I know. That's how the proof was more serious then.
Yeah.
Because if you had a picture, like, man, it has to be real. How'd you get that picture?
And now you can't prove it, of course, because Junior Seau's dead.
That's what they want you to believe.
Oh, he's actually hanging out with my buddy Anthony's dad. They're still just hanging out.
Yeah, with Tupac and
Anthony,
Biggie.
if you're out there, we have a weird relationship. we were rivals. We were like nemesis, each other's nemesis in school.
Why? One of you got earrings, the other one got earrings. One of you wore a backwards hat.
We just didn't like each other. We just like didn't.
Why? Why the hostility?
Mesh. I don't know.
What were you afraid of?
I wasn't afraid of anything.
Underneath all anger is fear, Brian. Brian, underneath all anger is fear. So what were you afraid of?
I wasn't afraid of. If I had to think about what it was now, through an adult lens, it's that we were each probably at the same level of like in the friend group, and I think we recognize each other as like one of us isn't going to go further in this. Like one of us is going to get in this, one of us isn't going to get in this, and I think that it's much how society has these classes fighting, these like lower classes fighting against each other. It's like we're all fighting to get up into the upper echelon to like be considered upper class.
I mean, I'm there already, so I'm not fighting. If we
worked together, we wouldn't need that. We would be more powerful than the friend group combined. We would need the cool kids. It'd be me and Anthony could combine powers with the other losers.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. I think him and I felt that we were like each kind of like
equally
just
losers.
Barely hanging on into this group, and we had to like one up each other to be considered cool enough to be in the group.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if we talk to the rest of the group, they're like, "Why are they battling like this? We don't care."
No, they would encourage it.
Oh,
it was literally like watching the poor folks fight over the last bit of water, sort of thing.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, but so like every story that I have about like being exceptionally mean to someone in school involves him. Like the only ever fight I've ever been in was with him.
Wow.
The only ever time
he kicked your ass?
Spit in someone's face was with him.
Did he kick your ass?
No.
Why are you fighting someone and spitting on them and you beat them up already? You're a bully.
You're
a bully.
He was a bully.
How's he a bully?
He just happened to be kind of a wiener kid. He was like thin and like kind of like scraggly, and I was always a big kid, so I don't know. One summer we all got in fights, like at a basketball court. We all played basketball behind a old church, and for some reason that summer everyone got in a fight. It was like okay, now it's me and Anthony's turn to fight. Okay, it was going to be Billy and Peter, and so it was like Anthony who I fought, and he got one hit on me, and then I pinned him to the ground. I think I told this story.
Did you knock him out?
I pinned him to the ground. No, I pinned him to the ground and had my fist raised to his face, and I was like, and I said, "Tell me you want me to hit you. Just say it." And he didn't say anything, so I got up off of him. I didn't want to hit him. I'm not a mean person. And then
tell me you want me to hit you.
Yeah.
And so what if he said hit me? You did him?
He wouldn't have. He was terrified. He was like crying. And then the spit in the face thing is we were at his house for a sleepover, and we ended up
Why are you at someone's house that you're beefing with for a sleepover?
I'm telling you, because we were always kind of like we're in the same friend groups, but it was like we were both kind of like on the outskirts of it.
I would have never invited you to my house to sleep over.
Something
wasting Aunt Jemima pancake mix on your ass? I don't think so.
We were outside, and he was like chasing everyone with like a hose, and he said to me, he said something along the lines of like you can't outrun me, fatty, or I'm gonna catch up to you, fatty, something like that. So that
set you off.
So I stopped in my place, hawked a big one,
Oh, God.
turned, and just like let it fly, and it got right in his face. And he's like, stopped, and he was like, "Get out of my house! You need to leave." And and I had to go. But see, I also got my fucking comeuppance that night because another person there, one of the cooler guys, peed on a Band-Aid and stuck it to my face.
I thought you had to leave though.
This was before the hose thing was the next day.
Gosh, man, you had a rough life.
That night, someone had put a pee Band-Aid on my face. Like I woke up with a bandage on my face. I was like, "What the fuck?" And they were like, "Yeah, I peed on it." Yeah, that's why I'm fucked up.
That's
this is a lot of time. This will be a short intro.
Well, that was our intro.
We're going through my trauma.
I was going to talk about how I went shopping for work clothes today, and but this is more interesting.
You getting in a fight with anyone there?
Yeah, I spit in the face of this guy kept following me around. He was like, he had the audacity to be like, "Can I help you with anything?" And I was like, I hawked a big one, turned and spit, but I realized it was a mirror I was looking at. And so I kind of spit in my own face.
Wow.
And then someone would come over and say, "Did you just spit on the mirror?" And I was like, I thought it was a dude following me.
And they were like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah, so they actually had Windex and a rag, and they took care of it. And then I went to the dressing room, and I felt so stupid.
You get any clothes, though?
Yeah, I got a bunch of clothes. Got a bunch of clothes for work. Had to get an all new set of clothes because my current clothes are too big. I look like a clown.
Humble brag.
Not very humble at all. Pretty overt.
Overt brag.
Anyways, let's move on to Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night, only last night, and present it as if we're presenting to the judges on Top Chef. I'll go first, and there will be a winner. Chefs I Prepared for You: a white rice bowl with ground beef, broccoli and cauliflower, and a side arugula salad with lemon balsamic vinegar.
What's the flavor on this beef and white rice?
Actually, last night, it wasn't just white rice. I flavored it with curry and turmeric. So,
but like no overt sauce, no like.
No, not on.
What did you cook the beef with? Just beef, or was there onions and garlic in it?
Nope, just beef.
That was really annoying. That popped up just then.
Just beef.
Huh. Okay. Well,
just my Gerber.
Yeah. You finish a pound of that stuff?
4 ounces. Wow, 1 serving.
That's so little.
It's not little when you have all the other stuff.
We got 4 ounces of rice too?
No, 200 grams of rice.
Well, what can I say? It's
145 grams of combined cauliflower and broccoli.
Your clothes are all too big, so who am I to complain? Chefs.
5 inches off the waist.
Chefs. Wow, what are you, like a 30 waist now?
Fucking 30, 35, 36 now.
That's what I am. I have a really thin waist. I'm like a 38, 40.
I had a wide waist. I was 42.
Yeah, I'm all shoulders and chest and belly, but my legs are really small. Chefs, last night I prepared for you a turkey sandwich with
turkey sandwich.
Is that what I had? I think that's what I had. We had a bigger lunch, so just had like a sandwich for dinner. It was just turkey from Whole Foods.
Turkey
which
sandwich
had almost no flavor to it. It was really depressing how little flavor that had to it. Such a bummer. Mozzarella cheese and my own sun-dried tomato aioli that I made that I've been putting on everything lately because it's bomb.
You did it today again?
Yeah, today I went a little nuts because I had some chicken in the fridge that I had to cook before it went bad. So I had a chicken sandwich for lunch today. That was pan-roasted chicken with some Cajun spice and some chicken spice. It's called chicken flavoring. I don't know what it is. Cook that in the pan the whole thing, and then I put that on the bread with my tomato aioli. And then I made some sauteed kale in the pan with like the chicken grease and stuff like that, with some onion, some pepper, some salt, and some red wine vinegar in there. Put that bad boy on my sandwich.
I can't do red wine vinegar.
No?
I don't know. It's too acidic for me.
It's got a bite to it. You definitely have
White
to,
wine, white vinegar I can do. I have a lemon balsamic vinegar. I like it a lot, but I can't. The red just bites too hard.
well, you got to cut it. That's why
How do
whenever
you
you
cut
have
it?
like a sandwich with red wine vinegar, it's always red wine vinegar and olive oil or some sort of oil. You have to mix them together so they cut each other.
Oh,
So if you go to like an Italian place, you get oil and vinegar. It's red wine vinegar with oil.
oh, that's
Cuts it
why I
up.
don't have to do it with the white wine vinegar because it's more sweet than anything.
Yeah. So I already had oil in the pan, so I should dash
Oh,
that on there.
so
So
I should try red wine vinegar and like a basic olive oil.
yeah,
Pair it
yeah,
together. Okay.
yep.
Sorry to interrupt.
No. This is what we're here for. And that the kale was much like a broccoli rabe in this scenario. It was solid, man. That sautéed kale was good. It was pretty good. And that sun-dried tomato aioli, really good. Carrie bought a food processor the other week, so just
Oh
threw
boy!
some.
So you're finding ways to use it.
Yep, we made hummus in it, and then
Uh-huh.
today I made the sun-dried tomato aioli yesterday. So it's slamming, just mayo,
How
sun-dried
much?
tomatoes,
How much?
garlic.
How much oil is in that aioli?
So the sun-dried tomatoes that I bought were like already in like oil, and I just used some of that. I just poured some of the oil in there, so maybe like a tablespoon, maybe two tablespoons, maybe. So kind of a lot, but
Yeah, 240 calories. All
but it's
right.
good. It's got a nice thick consistency. Got the cool orange flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Love a sun-dried tomato.
Yeah. Aioli is hard for me. I had a bacon aioli on a bacon
Mm.
cheeseburger once, and I gotta be honest with you, not a huge fan of it.
Well, you don't like mayonnaise, right?
No, I don't. I'm not a mayonnaise boy.
It's just mayonnaise.
I know, but it's usually got flavors in it, right?
Yeah, it's sort of like a flavored, more oily mayonnaise.
Yeah, and so I now anytime I go somewhere and they got aioli, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Pass. That bacon aioli ruined it for all aiolis.
Damn.
Which is why it's so important if you're a black person out there. However people experience you, it could ruin them or save them for their future experience with black people. So we have such a burden, Brian, that I don't think you understand. It's like every time I interact with someone, they might use this interaction against other black people.
To be like, all black people do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I always have to be shucking and jiving.
Heavy is the head.
Yeah, that wears the crown.
Mm-hmm.
The champ is here. And when you talk about crowns, this is the worst segue ever.
What's the episode
You
called?
crown a champion.
Chef
Yeah,
Showdown.
yeah. I was getting there. I'm not even gonna do it. We'll be right back after this. Pod Chef. Okay, welcome back to the real episode 98 of Pod Chef. If you thought those other episodes were episode 98, you're an idiot.
You were counting wrong.
You're
everyone.
a dummy.
And maybe you're at home and you're like, well, Jamal said 98.
Yeah,
guess
I
what?
was tricking you.
Yeah, you ever heard of a
Fib?
Yeah,
a lie? You ever heard of a lie? You ever heard of a fib?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I was fibbing and lying, and they're two different things, but I was doing it at the same
pranked.
time.
Maybe
You got
pranked.
This is the actual episode 98 of Pod
Yeah.
Chef, okay? And this is Top
You
Chef
believe
season.
everything? You believe everything that you see on the internet?
Yeah. What does Jay-Z say? Believe half of what you hear and a quarter of what you see?
Uh-huh. And
even if it's done by me? That's what he says?
And that other quarter is Ja Rule.
Yeah. So, Top Chef Season 5, Episode 10, Super Bowl Chef Showdown. Folks, it's a Quaker Oats quickfire.
They tried to pretend like it wasn't,
Yep.
and then they tricked everyone.
Yep.
They were like, okay, here, put your name on here.
Yeah.
Haha, you got this. Haha, you got this.
Yeah.
And now so you get it's oats. Oh, oats.
Oats,
Oats.
oats.
And it's
Everything's oats.
And guess what, bitch? It's Quaker Oats.
It's a Quaker Oats. And I'm not going to talk too much about Quaker Oats because I'm actually in litigation with Quaker Oats. As you all know, they are the parent company of Aunt Jemima Pancake Mix, and they are responsible for changing the name of Aunt Jemima Pancake Mix, but they're keeping Aunt Jemima and the iconic figure trademark. So a Quaker owns Aunt Jemima, and I don't want to get into that.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Well, Quaker Oats is owned by PepsiCo.
Yeah, and PepsiCo is the parent company, and then Quaker owns Pearl Milling Company.
Look at this insane thing when you have a Quaker Oats company. Founder Henry Parsons Crowell, headquarters Chicago, founded in 1877. Subsidiaries Gatorade, spokesperson Wilfred Brimley, and parent organization PepsiCo.
Diabetes.
Why is Gatorade on there?
How does that make you feel, Brian? Because I have a whole bit on this of how Aunt Jemima is owned by the Quaker Oat man.
Oh,
And Aunt Jemima had to go away, but the Quaker Oat Man gets brand expansion.
yeah.
I mean, it's like imperialism on the breakfast aisle.
They should just put the Quaker Oat Man on
the Aunt Jemima box.
Yeah.
And she's like, this was my farm all along.
Just take credit for it. Market it to where I feel okay with it.
Yeah, if we're going to take her off so that white people start buying Aunt Jemima pancake mix, put the Quaker Oats guy back on there.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh, wait, this is for me. This has been for me the whole time.
And not the new cartoon. Do the old original Quaker Oats guy who really looks like Christopher Columbus. Put him on that box.
Yeah.
Put the original guy.
The guy who looks like Ben Franklin and Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
With his rolled up pantaloons.
Yeah, the guy who looks like the Doc from Back to the Future. Put him back on the box.
Not the hip new cartoon that has like fucking E-shades on.
Yeah,
It's like an NFT and is a SoundCloud rapper. No, we don't want that one. We don't
Put
want
the original guy on there. Yeah. Put Willy Wonka back on the box. And
please.
Let's get some people buying, you know?
Put Joe Biden back on the Quaker Oats box.
So anyways, we can't talk too much about Quaker Oats because we're in litigation. But yeah, you know what? I'll say something. I thought this Quickfire, even though it was an ad, it was actually kind of fun.
It was fun, but also gross.
Yeah. I don't think oats are meant to be put in this many stuff, especially on chicken. I don't think you're supposed to crust chicken with oats.
Here's what you can crush chicken in. Cornflakes.
Yes.
My mom did that exclusively when we were growing up. Every time she's like grabbing fried chicken. Nah, bitch, that's fucking cornflaked chicken. I know the difference.
Man, what a world it must have been for you when you got outside of your mom's cooking and someone gave you fried chicken. You're like, wait a minute.
I was like,
what's this?
Weird looking cornflakes.
Where are the cornflakes?
This is not. Wait, you said this is fried? I don't think so. It's not fried chicken.
I don't think so. Where are the oats and the cornflakes at?
Yeah, why are there no corn and oats on this? Where's the flakes?
So yeah, Jeff was doing too much in the quickfire per usual. He hasn't mastered one dish this season, and he keeps just going overboard in all these competitions.
But the guy ate 4 pieces of the chicken. He liked the chicken.
I think he was trying to figure out something nice to say about the chicken.
Is this yucky?
Yeah, he was like, I gotta bite this again because I can't tell if I hate this or not.
1 bite. This might be yucky. 2 bites. I'm pretty sure it's yucky.
The third bite, he was like, The third bite, he was like, reminds me of my friend's mom used to make chicken like that.
Yeah, and then 4th bite, and he goes, "Yep, this is yucky."
Yep, and then Jeff's like, "Well, you wouldn't eat that many bites if you didn't like the food."
I eat 4 bites of everything.
Yeah, I bite 4 bites even if I hate it.
If I hate it, I'm taking more bites than if I like it. You know why? Because if I like it, I'm taking big bites.
Yeah.
I'm taking one big bite.
I'm trying to lock in. I'm trying to lock in either if I like it or I don't. I'm locking in that core memory one way or another.
Yep. If I hate it, I'm taking 4 little tiny bites and little nibbles to my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm eating it.
Yeah, it's going to reinforce my brain. I hate this so much.
Yeah. You know, he probably also spit it out. Take 1 bite and turn. Look over there and spit it out.
He's like, "Hey, Jeff, is that your station over there?"
Hey, Jeff, is that Miami over there? What? Miami?
Fabio's not happy that his food was commented on. Let's listen.
Vegetable as a theme to combine with oat, so I made the eggplant, corn, green onion, basil, and parmesan salad. As a container, I used some sliced eggplant.
I think it speaks for itself.
Thank you.
I got nothing.
Thank you, Fabio.
Thank you. I kind of got a little bit upset with Scott Conan. Don't make fun of my food. I'm not gonna look like an idiot. Please, guys.
Don't make fun of his food, man.
They were coming for Fabio this episode. Like everyone's making fun of his accent. Like everyone was like really coming for him in this episode.
Yeah, he has a rough one. We'll get to that.
He also, I don't know if you got the clip. Does he talk about? Do you get the clip of him mentioning monkey ass again?
Yep.
Okay, great. We told you to know. I have theories.
Okay. So Leah crusted a branzino with oats and flour, and that reeds dry.
Yeah.
Like if you just think about like, I'm gonna put oats and flour on this fish, that just seems like that fish is gonna be super dry.
Yeah. Oats isn't dinner. Oats is breakfast.
Yeah, oats is breakfast. That's, if anything, it's Brenner. Jeff we already talked about his fried chicken with oats pounded into the chicken. Oh boy.
He was slamming that chicken.
However, Carla is the oats queen and is one of the favorites in the quickfire. But Stefan wins the quickfire. And then we get a little elimination challenge, but a little twist. Let's listen.
Out of nowhere,
last season All-Stars come crashing through this paper like a football team. I noticed Spike, of course, and then I noticed Andrew, who is one of my all-time favorites because of his quirky energy. I'm like, oh my God, that's Andrew.
First up, Andrew, season for Chicago. Josie, season 2, Los Angeles.
Is this everyone?
Andrea, the comeback kid from season 1, San Francisco. Spike of season 4, Chicago. Camille, season 3, Miami.
We wanted to do a
Next,
short
we
one.
have Nikki, the human pasta machine from season 4. Welcome back to the kitchen, Chunkathon season 1, Miguel.
All right, so that's all the past returns, and they've got the All-Stars. Miguel's here. He tried to make a phone call to the episode today, but I turned off the voice machine.
Which is weird because he wouldn't even respond when I asked him to come on the episode recently. He just didn't want to.
Yeah,
so.
he purely said no thanks. He said I actually listened to the podcast and no thanks.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Fabio doesn't understand the NFL, and it's kind of unfair because he knows soccer, but not this American football stuff. It's unfair. If they had did a challenge where they had everyone do football teams of like soccer football, he would, have an advantage over everyone.
Yeah, it'd be like, all right, I choose Manchester United, so
Yeah.
I'm going to cook with blood sausage and yucky peas.
Mhm.
Okay, I choose Fordham, I don't
Mhm.
know,
Tottenham.
Tottenham's football club, and I'm going to cook with blood sausage and yucky peas.
Yeah, just one more British football club, if you got it.
The one that is Ted Lasso.
Okay. So the chefs had to split up into football teams representing different areas culinarily. So they had the New York Giants, which was Leah versus Nikki, Seattle Seahawks, which was Hosea versus Miguel. You had New Orleans Saints, Carla versus Andrew, Dallas Cowboys, Stefan versus Andrea, and that was a big thing because Stefan didn't take her seriously at all. And then you had San Francisco 49ers, Jamie versus Camille, Miami Dolphins, Jeff versus Josie, Green Bay Packers, Fabio versus Spike Mendelsohn.
Coward.
Let's just say that Fabio does not like this challenge. Let's listen.
It's gonna be cook the venison, plus come up with something else in those 20 minutes. It's not cooking. That's rushing. But I'm a professional chef. There is nothing that can stress me out. If they're gonna give me a monkey ass to fill with fried banana, I'll come up with something anyway. It's not a problem.
All right, folks, here it is. It's been made official. You can now order from topchef.com or any other website that sells food. Fabio's monkey ass. He's been just like dropping little hints throughout this season, letting you know that he is now selling monkey ass. So if you're into monkey ass, you can get it from Fabio. And the reason that he's selling monkey ass is because Hung paid him to murder his monkey because he was scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
Hung took out an assassin. He had a hired assassin. He did a berry. He called Fabio and he said, "Hey, I need you to murder my monkey. He beats me up. He comes home drunk. He beats me up. Won't let me hang out with my friends. He, won't let me watch the TV. He has to go." And Fabio was like, "Okay, I'll do it.
Give Brian more runway
$700
for this. Let him
$700
do
and
his
I'll
thing.
murder your monkey." He said, "Okay." And he said, "Where can I do it?" He said, "Well,
This bit
every
usually
night
has
he
longer
goes
legs
to-
if Reeves is here, but
every night he goes to the bar, 8 p.m. He's there till 1 a.m. In that time, between 1 a.m. and 1:15, when he gets home, he's by himself.
kind of prefer the bit when Reeves is here too.
You take
It's
him
kinda
out.
Got some back and forth.
However you do it, make it messy. But don't mess up the ass, because that we're going to sell.
Because Brian's very narrative with his stories.
What's the opposite way? My
Are you
stories
done?
My
Are you done?
stories are narrative? Isn't
Are you
that
done?
what a story is?
Are you done? I didn't want to
Yes.
interrupt. I wasn't trying to interrupt. Are you done?
What's a non-narrative story?
A non-narrative story, the Bible.
There's narrative there. It's Jesus.
What's the narrative?
I don't know. You tell me.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not exactly, episodic. One of those books doesn't just flow into the other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because it's... Uh-oh. I'm yawning on...
Oh boy. Okay.
No, I've been honestly, I've been exhausted lately. I'm
What have you been up to, Brian? How you feeling? How you doing with recovery?
I'm I don't know. I'm stressed out. My nose still kind of looks like shit. I'm worried that the skin graft isn't taking, and this is, probably too real for the podcast. Um, so I'm not sleeping well, and I haven't used my CPAP machine in like 2 months now, and I am feeling it. I am tired all the time.
Are you still not allowed to use the CPAP?
Nope.
Do you take ZQL or anything?
No.
Why don't you take some ZQL?
I can fall asleep. I just wake up a lot.
Yeah, why don't you take some ZQL?
Because I'll die probably.
All right.
So that's why I'm yawning. It's also Sunday, and I'm like hot, and I just got done cooking. So Fabio cooking a monkey ass, and he do a football. Let's see.
Oh,
Hosea,
you're still going? You're still going?
Spike is there.
Okay, I got it.
He's not here.
So Hosea, I don't know if you saw that clip where Hosea flambéed Leah at the grill when that big flame came up and like her arm, she's literally cooking. She could have been set on fire.
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Yeah. There's a huge flame that goes up and she goes, ah! And Hosea just looks at her like, I mean, you saw me doing this.
Yeah, I mean, we're a couple. Come on.
Yeah. I'm bound to set you on fire.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Spike says Top Chef should have ended at season 4, and maybe I agree with him, or maybe we just skip this boring season, and go right to season 6.
I mean, does any show need more than 4 seasons? What show gets better after season 4?
The Office.
No, season 5 of The Office is not good. Is that when Michael Scott leaves?
That's my favorite episodes. I love when they have the different bosses. Oh.
Well, Simpsons gets better after season 4.
Yeah.
It kind of keeps going.
But not after season 20.
No, not for season 10. Season 5's not bad, The Office. It's got some decent episodes on there, but it's the whole, like, Jim and Pam having a baby thing.
Yeah, and you hate that notoriously.
Yeah, I don't like children.
Yeah.
Freak me out.
And if you did have a baby recently, congratulations and condolences.
Yes.
And now we've brought that back.
Yes, because, I mean, you thought that was a joke, but, like, you have a baby, congratulations, but, like,
Yeah.
everything else you do just goes away.
Yeah, it's actually gone. And it's actually,
everything you do is just baby.
Yeah, everything's baby. And the condolences isn't condolences for having a baby. It's condolences for your free time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like you had to bury your free time.
Properly.
Yeah. You don't have time to spend doing what I did, like walk around the mall.
Yeah,
looking
like
for
what I do,
looking for
like do a podcast.
Yeah, going to Bed Bath Beyond and walking around for 30 minutes smelling candles.
Yeah.
Picking out the candle that you like the best because you have so much free time.
Too much free time.
Too much. Can't be doing that.
There's a healthy medium.
You got a kid at home. Why'd you leave it at home?
Yeah. Oh gosh. They want to smell the candles too.
Yeah, you should have brought it with you. What a mistake to go on this trip and leave the baby by itself.
So we didn't explain how this works. They're doing a football thing, and the way that it works is that
I'll explain. For the elimination, the chefs united as one team competed in the first ever Top Chef Bowl against the all-star contestants from past seasons of the show. Each season 5 contestant competed against an all-star chef in a head-to-head cook-off celebrating the regional cuisine of one of 7 NFL teams and using a set of their assigned region's ingredients provided for them in a mystery box, aka butcher box. Stefan, as the quickfire winner, was allowed to choose which team's food he would be making and the all-star chef he would be cooking against, which comes back to bite him in the butt. The other chefs in their teams had 5 minutes to decide who would be cooking what regional cuisine. Then they were given 2 hours to experiment with their ingredients and prep for the cook-off. The next day, they were given 20 minutes to create their dishes head-to-head at the Institute of Culinary Education, ICE, the other ICE, the bad ICE, in front of an audience, including ICE students and the previously eliminated contestants from Season 5. So in each round, if a chef received a majority of the judges' votes, they got a touchdown worth 7 points. And if they got the majority of the votes of the culinary students tasting their dish, they got a field goal, 3 points. And the judges were split evenly over those whose food was the best. The student tasters decided who received all 10 points. And the winner of the challenge received 2 tickets to the friggin' Super Bowl.
And if you were like, that doesn't make any sense, yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
It works. It works.
There's too much going on. It's a little too much for just being a head cooking challenge with the points or whatever. I don't know.
So let's talk about this. We finally see Tom Colicchio. He's finally at the judges table. He's not in this episode at all until judges table.
Yeah.
And then they start doing the showdown. Leah goes up first. She scores a touchdown. Jose goes up next. He gets all 10 points. Carla is doing the 20-minute gumbo during the challenge, which is very ballsy. But she wins over the judges, but not the fans watching.
No.
So she gets 7 points. And who she goes against? Steven. He gets 3 points. Stefan is making...
No, she goes against Andrew because she likes
Andrew,
him.
right, Andrew. So here's the thing about Stefan. He got to pick going up against, what he dubbed vegetarian Andrea.
She's the poop girl.
Yeah, the poop girl, he said. Stefan decided, I'll just make not one but 2 salads and put some meat in there. He really phoned this challenge in.
Yeah, real
Like,
Texas style.
yeah.
2 salads.
Yeah, super Tex-Mex. It's 2 salads and cuts of beef. Okay. That's Dallas, Texas, I guess. So yeah, he lost to Andrea. Completely lost all the points. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, I think he just thought she was a joke of a chef.
Yeah,
and,
he thought he could just like phone this in and just beat her up because she too busy talking about pooping.
Yeah. I mean, he was so confident. He was like trying to drink a beer with her while they were prepping.
He was also, of course, being Stefan and being like, "Oh, I want to marry her. She's really hot." He was like totally hitting on her.
Yeah, classic Stefan.
He was like, "Look, this is a man. This is football. I'm a man. This is what I do."
Mm-hmm.
And this is true because a lot of the woman contestants didn't know. If Carla says that her husband and her stepson like football, she doesn't watch it. Leah only knows one thing about football. It's the same thing you know about football, Jamal. Tom Brady.
Yeah, that is the only thing I know about football.
And she knows Tom Brady for the same reason you know him.
He's hot. He's
hot.
friggin' hot.
And look, this was like 30 years ago, and you know what? The man is still hot.
Yeah, and he's also still playing football.
Wow.
So, and if anyone out there is like, how come 45-year-old Tom Brady hasn't been reporting to a lot of the practices or a lot of the team meetings? Because he's 45 and he's hot and he's busy.
He doesn't have to.
You guys got to understand something. When you have mastered something like Tom Brady's mastered football, you don't have to go to all the meetings. The meetings are for the people who haven't mastered it.
Yeah. When
Okay.
you're hot and like good at what you do.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like some people say, like if you're hot, you don't have to do anything.
Yep.
If you're good at what you do, you don't have to do anything. With both, you don't do anything.
You talk about a 5-hour work week.
Yeah. He does shit. He shows up, plays the football game, goes home.
And
his wife, his supermodel.
Yeah.
His kid, who he kisses on the mouth for too long.
But you can do that when you're hot.
Yeah, no one calls you out for being weird because you're hot.
If he was an ugly dad kissing his kids for too long, he'd be arrested.
People know that Tom Brady openly kisses his kids for too long, is a Trump guy, and is like weirdly probably thinks that like the earth is flat. And people are like, no, that's fine. He's hot and good at football. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
Yet Aaron Rodgers says the world is flat, and everyone's like, he's a psycho. You know why? Because he looks funny.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers says that he's been immunized, and everyone looks at him with like a cross-eyed look.
Yeah. People go, okay. People know Tom Brady didn't get that either, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
It's fine. He's a supermodel.
He's Tom Brady. He kisses kids in the mouth for like a minute.
But Aaron Rodgers shows up to a training camp looking like Joe Dirt, and everyone's got a question.
Yeah, you show up looking like Joe Dirt. People are going to ask questions. They're going to say, what the fuck's going on? What's happening? You raising your hand?
No, I'm sorry. I click the mute button every now and then.
It makes the little picture jump.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to get away with anything you want in life, be good at what you do, and also be really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like me. That's why my podcast is bad.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, is Brian going to mention how attractive he is, or do I have to bring it up?
No one cares that my podcast is bad, that I'm bad at podcasts, because I'm, 1, good at it, and 2, really hot.
Yeah. And I'm just here enjoying the view, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, take it all in. Take a picture. It'll last longer.
Trust me, I've been taking a lot of snaps.
Take a video. It'll last longer.
I am taking video.
Burn my image into your brain. It'll last longer.
I keep saying, should he do some more show prep? No, he's too attractive.
I do plenty of pre-show prep. I start the Zencaster, I watch the episode. I'm post-op. I'm post-show. I do post-show. You're pre, I'm post.
Can we talk
And
about how
Reeves isn't here.
Yeah, Reeves isn't here. Please come back. This episode is like they told the guest judge to tone it down. I feel like Tom Colicchio told old guest
Toby.
judge Toby. He said, "Okay, you've had 2 episodes to really like let loose, reel it in."
Well, it's like, hey, 2 episodes you said you wanted to fuck the pork. So let's like don't do that anymore.
I just feel like Tom was like, "Do you like your job here? Because if you do, you got to stop doing what you're doing."
Look, man, I get it.
Yeah.
You're the badass guy.
Yeah.
You say things that shouldn't be said. But you said you wanted to fuck the pork without wearing a rubber, dog.
This is a family show.
The kids are watching this show. Tom Brady's kids who he kisses on the mouth for too long are watching this show.
You can't talk about having sex with pork unprotected.
No. You got to talk about abstinence with pork. Yeah, you like the pork a lot, but wait until you marry it.
Yeah,
That way you don't get AIDS.
perfect. All right, we'll keep that.
What is happening in this episode? So they're doing the cooking stuff, and
Let's talk about Jeff. Jeff does his dish, and he can't put together a simple dish.
Oh, it's great dish, but it's too much. Again, my dishes are usually complex. I can't do ordinary food. Would have been so embarrassed if I would have served that hot nacho ceviche. I couldn't serve that. My point total is 0. Stefan's point total is 0. That's the only 2 people on the chopping block as of now.
So, yeah, Jeff doesn't do very well. He doesn't score anything. Look, Fabio's up on the chopping block, and he's going against our guy, Spike Mendelsohn. How do you feel about Spike, Brian, again?
he's a coward.
So Spike wins the judges over when they both have to cook venison, but Fabio wins the fans, and the fans are what matter, so Fabio takes it, even though Fabio's venison was overcooked. And Tom says, "Hey, it was already dead. You didn't have to kill it," which is a classic line.
He
Crushed
uses
him.
that line a lot. He goes back to the well an awful lot for that one.
Yep.
Should we go to the writer's room? Maybe pitch something else he could say.
Oh God, we have not been back there in so long. I'm willing to go if you want to go.
I feel like we should, but only really quickly.
Okay, I only want to. If we can be in and out, then I'll go.
Okay. Let me find the keys.
The keychain is so big.
Okay, that one's not it. That one's not it.
This hallway seems different than the last time we were here.
That one's not it.
I told you to just put a single key on the key that's for the writer's room. We shouldn't have it with all the other keys.
Yeah, that would make sense if I had done that yesterday. If I didn't.
Yeah, but I wrote you that little piece of tape that said writer's room on it, and all you had to do was wrap it around the key.
Well, you know what I did with it. I ate it. Okay. It's open. It's open.
All right.
Hello? Reeves? Tom? Padma?
Oh, God, look, that poster of Gail.
Ooh. That's got a lot of work. That's seen some stuff.
It's not collecting dust. It's even like the dust respects Gail.
Yeah.
It's like forming dust around the poster, but not on the
table.
poster.
Let me clear the table off.
Yeah, clear the table off.
Someone's etched into the table. I know what you did last season.
So that means they're fans of the podcast.
Ooh, thank you so much. Okay, well, I guess we'll just sit here. It can't be too scary. I mean, it's a room. What's so scary about the room?
What's so freaky about a room?
Oh my God, it's the guy from the black phone.
Oh, crap. He's wearing that mask.
He's got
too.
that mask on.
Oh, God.
Hey, black phone guy. What's up? What's your whole deal? You kill children?
We're not kids, so we're safe.
No,
right?
yeah, we're adults. Is that cool?
What do you mean, prove it?
Prove that I'm not a kid?
Prove that I'm not a kid? I don't know. Look at me.
Yeah, look at me.
Look how adult I am.
Yeah, you want to know what I had for dinner yesterday? Turkey sandwich. Like
Yeah.
an adult.
You want to know what I had for dinner last night? Kraft macaroni and cheese. Like an adult.
Yeah. Not. Oh, you still don't believe
Oh,
this?
you
Okay.
What the hell, man?
What else? Okay, you want to know what I'm wearing right now? Flip-flop shorts and a white t-shirt.
Oh, you want to know what I'm wearing? A black shirt, shorts, and house shoes.
Yeah, he's wearing a graphic tee. Only
Yeah.
adult would wear a graphic
Only
tee.
adult
What? That's
would-
not good enough for you?
That's not good enough. What do you mean an adult doesn't wear a chain that they've had since graduating high school?
What do you mean an adult wouldn't just buy a chain recently from a website online that just now showed up the other day?
What do you mean an adult wouldn't spend 15 minutes at Lids just looking around and leaving, not grabbing anything?
Okay. Look, you want to know what's next? What's next to me right now? Comic book, huh? And it's by Patton Oswalt. That's an adult comic book.
What do you mean you want to look at what's on my wall in my bedroom? So what? I've got a bunch of animated versions of myself and pictures from my friends.
Yeah, that's not good enough either.
This is adult stuff, man.
We're adults, black phone guy. And you know what? What's with the black phone, man?
I have a question. When did we get chained up?
Oh my god, I'm
When did we get chained? We were doing all that talking and he was chaining us up.
Was that the trick? You knew we were adults the whole time, but you tricked us?
Oh, sneaky little devil.
Well,
the
what do you
issue
want from us?
This is a problem because he put the chain. These are like kids' chains. They're easily breakable.
Oh yeah, well don't tell him that.
Yeah, I won't tell him that.
You're right. I'm a kid. I can't break through these chains.
Oh my god, I'm stuck here. These chains.
Did you go get us an RC Cola?
Oh, I'd love an RC. You know what? I'd love a Mr. Pibb.
Ooh, could you give me a mellow yellow?
Can I get a Mr. Pibb? And if you get me a Dr. Pepper, I swear to God, I said Mr. Pibb. I want a Mr. Pibb.
And I want a mellow yellow. If you bring me a Mountain Dew, I'll know.
And you can't give him a Faygo.
I'll know.
He'll know.
And you better also bring me a Bart Trooper. It better not be A&W. I'll know, because Bart's has bite.
Yeah. You open it and it starts biting you.
Why'd you change your mask to the sad one now?
I actually didn't see the movie. Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's a different. It's got like some a smile, and then someone's like a creepy, sad face.
You know, this is probably like maybe the sequel because, you know, he didn't really kidnap black kids. He knew better.
No, he kidnapped a Hispanic kid.
Yeah, that's not a black kid.
And an Asian kid.
Yeah, but not a black kid. He
knows
knows better.
Got me with that one.
He knows better. He knows what would happen if he came into a black neighborhood trying to take a black kid.
Good arm. You almost got me with that one. That's a good movie. Okay, well, all right. Let's really quickly
do the
let's
joke.
see.
I
You've
guess
already killed it, so don't kill it again. Talking about meat.
Venison. Why not be like something like when I looked at your cut of venison, I said, "Oh dear."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He could say something like, "That venison already has 2 black eyes. I don't know what else I could tell it."
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's enough.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna see you later. We're gonna break these chains. Bye bye.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey,
Go ahead and shut that door. Go ahead and shut that door. Put your foot in front of the door so he can't come out after us.
Chair up against
Yep.
the
And then
knob
just
there.
lock it if you could lock it from the outside.
All right, hold on. I'm locked.
Find the
That's
key.
not
I'm
the
putting
key.
my foot at the door. So can you just hurry up because he is actually kind of strong.
That's not the key.
He's kind of strong. So if you could hurry up.
Oh, this is a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can-
that did it though. That the
Okay.
bottle opener
Good.
worked.
All right, great. Let's get out of here. All right, so we're back. Fabio is on the chopping block.
Stefan made a salad that looked like I made the salad. Had a little bit of cheese on it. It looked like shit. Fabio put little cheddar cheeses on his salad.
Yeah.
And then he got a big fight with the judge about who was more Italian.
Oh,
and
hold on. That's my who we beef and clip of the week. Don't talk about that.
Then play it.
I'm not playing it yet because we got to talk about who wins. Carla wins. She finally wins. They felt the love. Let's listen.
So much.
What you've won are 2 tickets to the Super Bowl.
Nice. Yeah, look at that. Hands up. Woo! Touchdown, Carla.
Hands up, dude, touchdown.
It's my first win. This is the ultimate day for me. Badao.
Congratulations, Carla. Please send back your colleagues.
Carla wins. She goes to the Super Bowl. I don't remember who played in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't Tampa Bay. That's for sure.
Let's look it up. What's Super Bowl? Super Bowl.
XLIII.
XLIII. 3 eyes?
Yep. It was the
That's,
Cardinals and Steelers.
That's a good one. Is that the Kurt Warner one where they made a movie about it?
No, I think this is the
This is the catch with the sticky on the hat?
Yeah, this is the last Super Bowl Steelers one.
Okay, here's a question. Carla says that her husband and her stepson both love football. She doesn't really watch it. Does she give those tickets to them, or does she go with one of them?
Yeah, she comes home and says, I got 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. And they get super excited. Like, oh my God. They look at each other. We're going to the Super Bowl. She goes, oh, no. I'd like to go to the game. And they're like,
Yes.
but
You don't even like
you don't like football. And she's like, yeah, but I won the tickets. And it's like,
Yeah, but you don't
yeah,
like football.
but you don't like football. Like, you don't like NASCAR. If you came home with 2 tickets to the Daytona 500, would you want to go?
Like, if I came home with like 2 tickets to a cooking, I'd give it to you. I'd give
Yeah.
you 2 tickets.
Yeah, you
'cause
give me the 2
cooking.
tickets because I like cooking. I wouldn't expect to go with you. I'd be like, okay, good. I got to find some other person who likes the cooking to go
Yeah.
to the cooking with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, okay, I'm definitely going with Brian. No.
Yeah. So
I'd probably ask your
wife
wife.
to what, for the cooking?
Yeah, she want to go to the cooking with me.
She might.
Yeah, she likes cooking.
At least someone would take her out. I won't do it. So Carla has to bring back some of her friends, and her friends are Fabio, Stefan, and Jeff, the 3 boys.
Let's listen to the We Beefin' clip of the week.
Thank you, Fabio.
My meat at the moment that you had it, it was overcooked. What happened is that I sliced the meat, I put it on top of hot cabbage. After you guys tasted the food of Spike, it was gone. My meat, when I sliced it, was still bleeding, was beautifully pink.
Was that medium rare?
Yes, chef.
Medium rare.
Yes, at the moment that it was resting, yes, for me.
Intentions have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
what
he's like, no,
matters
it wasn't.
is what's on the plate in front of me.
I understand.
Do you understand?
I do.
I don't know if you understand that.
I do.
This is the point. We make mistakes.
I was trying to stand behind what I know I did right.
The greens you provided were wilted. The cheese that you put with those greens with no acid on them.
Acid with cheese, chef, please.
Excuse me.
You have
listen,
Italian
let me-
restaurant.
excuse me. Take it easy. I'm the judge here, not you. Relax. Didn't work. All of our intentions are to make perfect dishes every time.
Of course.
You failed at making a perfect dish. You see the point?
I agree with
You
that.
failed. That's not our fault.
I agree
That's
with
your
that.
fault.
God dang. Got in his ass right
And
there.
if you're asking, are we beefing? The answer is yes.
Yes.
We're beefing a lot.
We're
That dude
beefing.
just straight up made fun of Fabio's accent to his face.
Yeah.
He's like, do we understand? And like did the accent. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm about to beat your ass. son."
Woo. I think Fabio really kind of like calmed himself down. Even though he was upset, I feel like Fabio was like, if he was someone else, he'd be like, hey man, that's the last time you're gonna make fun of my shit.
Yeah.
You've been making fun of
amen.
me all day today. Like,
Yeah.
keep talking and get slapped up.
Yeah, you don't catch these hands.
Yeah. Fastest hands in Italy.
Ooh-wee, hands up.
You know, who has the
Football.
slowest hands in Italy? Jeff, and that's why he's eliminated. Bye, Jeff.
Jeff, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you. Do you mind if I shake your hands? I've learned a lot, and
Please.
I appreciate everything. I've learned a lot.
Hey.
Thank you,
I'll
Chef.
see you down in Miami.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so.
I wish you all the luck, Jeff.
Wait, you gonna cut it or what?
Take care, guys.
I just want to say one thing. I do believe in second chances, and I feel that tonight I got the biggest of my life. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank
So-
you.
I've seen this before. This wasn't new to me, but when he said, I believe in second chances, I was like, wait, does he give his chance up to Jeff? Does he eliminate himself and give it to Jeff? And I think Jeff even thought that too. Jeff's
Yeah.
face is like, oh shit, is he going to give me his second
Oh,
chance?
am I going to stay on the show? Because
Jeff.
Jeff does leave and go, I thought Fabio was going home
I
today.
thought he was going to, yeah, I thought he said, I mean, he looked at me and he's like, I believe in second chances.
Yeah.
No,
No,
where is he
Jeff-
now? Jeff's back at Dildo Restaurant in Miami. I know every time y'all see that, that's what you think. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. I know it's like dilly dough, but when we see it flash across your screen, we all see dildo.
Very quickly, it's like dildo. Oh, dilly do.
Yeah, you see, look,
Deleto.
Your
Deleto.
brain doesn't read left to right. Your brain sees the 2 letters at the front and the end, and then fills in the rest based on what the letters
Yeah.
that they see. Take it all at once. You look there, you can read a paragraph where the words are all jumbled up. As long as the first and last letter are the thing, you can figure it out.
You know, it doesn't help that the picture of the like cocktail glass and stuff looks like a cock and balls.
No, it doesn't help at all.
Yeah. So that's why your brain's like dildo.
Yeah, your
And it's
brain.
like, no, that's actually a cocktail glass and 2 olives.
So Jeff gone home, and bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff. Getting down to the nitty gritty. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people left.
Wow, we're getting there.
5 people left. in this competition.
We're getting there, folks.
2 of them are dating. One of them is an international guy. Another one is Carla.
2 internationals.
Episode 98 in the bag. Brian, any closing words for anyone?
No.
All right, on that, we'll pack our knives and go.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.